Hey friends, Tux here. For this particular video, we'll be taking a look at the COUGAR MX330-G Air. This is a mid-tower case, and we're going to unbox this in this video, and I may actually do a second video with the install of other components, but I wanted to at least unbox this, give you guys kind of an idea about this particular case. Now, my criteria for buying this is I wanted a backup case for a backup rig I have where I use parts, which are kind of like when I buy a new video card, I take the old video card and I put it in the backup rig. So this is kind of like my backup rig. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money, okay? So I wanted a case. My criteria was with a lot of USB up front here, just like you can see here in the photo here. And I wanted to have it to be a case where it was cheap. You know, I didn't want an expensive case for all my backup parts, you know. So this case actually on Amazon at the time of buying this was about $44, $45. And I'm going to have a link for you with the very best current price down below. Now, this case actually did come well recommended from other builders I know of, other people on YouTube, and so it really seemed like a really good case to buy, but we're going to find out together. This was not a sponsored endorsement video, although if you are the maker, manufacturer, supplier of computer cases, I would love to review your case down the road. But I really just wanted a cheap case that would do the job for backup parts, okay? Now, there is some cool things on here. It does talk a little bit about the case itself. It does say the M30G Air combines the functional design of a durable construction, all in the most attractive cases money can buy. All right, we're going to find out about that attractive that money can buy part. A modern structure that will work great both for gaming environments and for professional use. Okay, interesting. Enhanced by a full temperature controlled glass cover. Now, glass isn't always the best for PC cases, in my humble opinion, because you can't fan glass, okay? But we'll come back to that down the road. It does have the ability to display all your computer's internal parts, which a lot of people do like to see, especially when there's LEDs involved. I believe this does have some fans included, but we'll find out together about that. It does say that this particular thing does have a 3.5 drive bay cover. Okay, so you could put a CD-ROM physical media right there if you wanted to. Okay, it does have powerful cooling solution, okay, and support for water cooling radiators. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Tempered glass, okay, interesting on the left-hand side, so you can see all your cool, good stuff on the inside. Okay, high flexibility for multiple graphic solutions. Okay, so 7 PCI slots on the back here, so that's pretty good, actually. That makes it sound like it could almost handle a full-size motherboard, but we'll find out more about that. And in fact, I hope my motherboard will fit in here, because it might not. Okay, we'll find out together. And cable feed through, so pretty good stuff. On the back side, it does have handles here, so that is handy. But one thing that did concern me a little bit about this particular case is it did have a big honking hole. Look at this, a huge hole, and that's probably from like FedEx or UPS or whatever, but hopefully this didn't damage the case. It feels like the case is okay. Like, there is a lot of air and styrofoam and stuff in here, so hopefully that hole won't affect the case at all. But if there's a big chunk missing, we're gonna find out together on this unboxing. All right, on the back here it does cover a few more things. It does again say COUGAR gaming case, and here I believe it does say built for gamers, or real gear for real gamers is on the top, which is kind of funny. This is kind of what it looks like. Looks like we have a lot of airflow. We have the things written in English, Spanish, Dutch, all sorts of different languages here. It kind of repeats all the same kind of things. Now, as far as fans go, the front is 120mm x 2 pre-installed. Interesting. Okay, and top is 120 x 2. We'll see. It doesn't say pre-installed. And rear is 120 x 1 pre-installed. So we'll see if that pre-installed thing actually happens or not. I want to say that in the Amazon listing, some of them had it and some 330s didn't have it. So I don't know about that. Maybe the G is gaming, it comes with fans. I don't know, but enough talking. Let's go ahead and open this box and see what we have going on here. I'm going to go ahead and lower this here, and we'll just go ahead and cut into it. This box is almost too big for my work area, although I will say that this box is a lot smaller than other PC cases I've gotten in the past from like Cooler Master. And right now, Cooler Master probably is the case which I use the most. I've had a number of different Cooler Master cases, Scouts, all sorts of things. So I do recommend Cooler Master cases, and their customer service is good too. But enough about that. We're talking COUGAR in this video. So let's go ahead and see here. We got some foam padding on the top. We'll go ahead and take a look. Sorry, this is so large for my work area, and we'll just go ahead and pull this out, and there it is, man. And that looks pretty darn good, actually. I see looks like we have some good airflow. We have the little logo right here, some styrofoam. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna pull this out, and we'll see what this looks like. sometimes the best way of pulling these out I found is actually just tip it upside down. So we're gonna go ahead and go that route. We'll go ahead and pull this out. Let's see, maybe it'll come out gracefully, maybe not. Okay, so we got it pulled out here. We'll go ahead and spin this around. We'll take off the little foamies here. It looks like this might be upside down. We'll go ahead and resolve that in a moment. Take off the two different foams. So far, so good. I don't see any big holes. I'm thinking the bottom here that was the part that would have been affected by that rip in the box, and actually it looks pretty darn good. So hopefully we might have survived that damage. Let's see here. We'll pull this down. Looks like the glass is good. We can see here, nice glass window. It's not broken or anything, which could have been a problem because of that big hole in the box, man. Okay, looking at the bottom just to show it, since we have the cover here, looks like there is a small screen here which is removable, which actually is kind of handy for airflow and for cleaning. Being able to remove that fan is a lot easier than cleaning fans. My current Cooler Master, I have this stacker that has like 12 fans in it, and I gotta tell you that cleaning those fans is kind of a bummer. So I typically will just buy new fans as opposed to trying to clean fans. So actually a metal screen like that's pretty good. Little sticker made in China. I think we'll just pull that off. And it looks like we do have 4 rubber feet that will probably melt off from heat. We'll see how that goes. Now, one of the things that really sold me on this particular case is the fact that it has 4 USBs right here, which is really nice actually. And it looks like here on the side, there's actually a hole which I thought might be a USB. In the photos, it kind of looked like a USB, but it's a little interesting. It just says fan 1 and fan 2. So I guess this is for controllers maybe, or switches. This is not really a switch though, as far as I can tell. It looks like just a plastic part you can knock out if you want and put your own switch into it. So a little deceiving. I thought maybe that might be USB, but still I'm pretty happy because on the front here, it looks like we do have 4 USB, 2 3.0 and 2 2.0. We have headphones, a microphone, and we have an extra like a power reset button, like a reset. Okay, looks like there is fans pre-installed here too, which is pretty good. Let me go ahead and flip this up on its side here. And the top part here features a magnetic, I believe, yeah, a magnetic mesh. So that's kind of cool, actually. So that's even more convenient at the bottom, so you can actually just take this and this will stick to it, and that way you can easily clean this. You see it's magnets, so kind of cool, actually pretty evocative for being, you know, a cheaper case. Again, this case is only $45, so for $45, pretty good. We are featuring our power button. Feels nice and springy, feels like it's functioning properly, it's not broken or anything. I have noticed a lot of computer cases have issues where the power button breaks. That's one of the first things that goes on a lot of computer cases, I've noticed. So having a functioning power button is a good thing. In fact, the whole reason I'm buying this case is because on my Cooler Master Scout, the power button went defective, and I don't have a good way of fixing it, and it went defective in the off position. So that is pretty much the whole reason I'm buying this. Otherwise, I would continue using my Cooler Master Scout, which I have used now for probably like 7 years. So I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. Okay, coming back to the case here. On the back here, you'll see we do have a lot of bays. Let me go ahead and show this real quick. Looks like we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bays, and there is a thumb screw, and it does have a Phillips head. Looks like we do have a fan kind of built in. There is a spot for the I/O port and a spot for the power supply, so everything is pre-cut. This seems a little cheap, like it almost looks like it's arced a little bent here, but it is painted black, and you can see here from the photo, it looks pretty good. You know, for $44, I'm not complaining by any means. The inside here, these do turn. Okay, and so let me go ahead and just show these little thumb screws come off. This is black, this is metal, so pretty nice little thumb screw. I will probably end up losing this. Hopefully I won't end up dropping the glass. That would be kind of a bummer. I'm going to leave the plastic. There's a plastic on here, as you can see. I'm going to leave that plastic on for the time being. The glass itself is tempered on the edge, so you won't cut yourself. Oops, I'm already losing the thumb screws. Let me go ahead and peel this off real quick, do a little unscrew action, and this comes off pretty easily. There's little rubber parts here by where the screws go, so you won't break your glass. But this feels like real glass. It's heavy, it's not sharp, you won't cut yourself on it. It is slightly tinted, but not a whole lot, so pretty good stuff. For $44 again, not complaining. Let me go ahead and put the thumb screws over here. Now looking at the case on the inside here, just to give you kind of an idea, looks like there is some room for cable management here. So there is already cables kind of coming out. There's things for the buttons, things for the USB, fan controller right here. This is like your normal 4-prong one. Looks like there is 2 here. So right now it looks like actually we have 1 fan in back, okay, right here, you can see it. And then we have 2 fans in the front, which I will power on in a future video. But just to give you an idea, I don't have any power supplies or anything in here right now, so I really don't have a good way of powering it on. But all the cables you would expect are in here. All the things, like, looks like we have our microphone, headphone ports right here, very nice. All the cable management is pre-tucked in, which looks great. All in all, I mean, for the price of this case, it's pretty darn good. I guess one negative would be the fact that the bottom part here, where the water cooler could go, or the power supply, in my case power supply, is blocked off from this side, which I guess is good, because if you're actually using your window and showing all your fans and stuff, it can be kind of a messy cable management part, especially if you have a power supply that is, you know, has all the cords attached. It's not like plug and play. So it's the type of thing where I guess it's good to have it covered, but sometimes as far as repairing it goes, you'll have to take off the other side to actually get to it, which is kind of a bummer, you know. But all in all, like, definitely pretty good looking case. Give you a little close up there of all the different things. I mean, everything looks just like you'd suspect it. In case you're thinking about buying this and curious about it, there you go. All in all, I'd say this case looks pretty darn good for the price of this case. This case, again, this is a $45 case. For the price of $45, this is a pretty sharp looking case. Like, I'm really digging the way this looks. Again, there's a 2 3.0 USB, the 2 2.0 USB. Looks like we do have little spots for lights even, microphone, headphones, reset, and of course up top here is the power button we were talking about. So lots of good power buttons, everything's all where it should be. 2 fans in the front. Looks like we'll have some good airflow going through here, which is nice. And again, for the price, I couldn't beat it. If you find a better case for $45, okay, shipped, okay, it was like Prime, so it's like free shipping. If you can find a better case for $45 shipped, let me know in the comments below, or shoot me an email, tuxtoys@gmail.com. But I feel pretty darn good about this. I think for $45, I think I got kind of a steal. I feel good about this. And again, I may do another video down the road showing more about this case with me putting components in and how things fit. Like, I'm a little concerned about video cards. Video cards don't always fit, but it looks like we have a pretty good amount of room in there. And you know what? This case, if this cheapo case does good for me, I may actually buy a second one. We're going to see what happens. Like, we have a number of workstations here, and I can always use a good, cheap, smaller case. Like, I like the size of this, so we'll find out. And also, I'm a little concerned about how this motherboard, my bigger motherboards, I usually have full-size gaming motherboards, how will they fit in here? Right now, one has MSI, one has EVGA motherboards. That's my 2 that I'm looking at replacing first, okay? Alright friends, I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I may do another future video for actually a install video of installing components, or a follow-up video of how my installation went. But all in all, for unboxing, so far I'm impressed, and I feel hopeful that everything is going to fit in this case, okay? Alright friends, the link for this is down below. Click that link, get yours at the very best price. Hopefully it will remain $45, because that's a heck of a steal. A whole case with USB in the front, $45? That seems pretty good to me. All right, friends, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.